Hey everybody, it's Jim here. Today's a really exciting day for me because I get to film my first video in the new studio space that's not quite entirely set up yet, but I didn't want to wait too long because I finally have a guitar many of you have been wondering about for months. That's the Harley Benton ST Modern Plus. We're going to be doing a brief overview of this guitar, going over some of the specifications as well as spotting any issues that we may have with the quality control, then giving it a full playthrough with the Tone King Gremlin amplifier. Real quick, there's one thing that I want to make really clear. Harley Benton did not provide me with this instrument, nor do I have any affiliation with that brand whatsoever. I purchased this on my own dime. I do, however, work on affiliate links, so if you're interested in this guitar or any other instrument from Tone, it does help me out a lot if you use those links in the description, and they make things like this totally possible for me to review on the channel going forward. Let's check out some of the specs. The body on this guitar is made of American alder. It's got a set of Tesla pickups in it in the HSS format, with the bridge pickup being splittable via a push-pull on the single tone control. A traditional 5-way selector switch for the pickups, and the real star of the show, at the body at least, is the Babbitt's 2-point full contact bridge system. The guitar has the roasted maple neck with an Indian laurel fingerboard on it. It has 22 medium jumbo stainless steel frets. It also has a compound radius, 12 to 16 inches. Finally, the guitar has a set of locking tuners on it, as well as a big old barcode. We're going to get to that a little bit later, but before we dive into any further quality control or thoughts on the specific instrument itself, I think it's important to hear what the thing sounds like. We're going to be using the Tone King Gremlin, mic'd up by the SM57. The drive will be from the Brown Amplification Protein, and any sort of time-based effects will be from the Strymon Bellante. Now we got a lot to get into in this section of today's video. I'm going to go over the playability, the feel of the instrument, how it sounded through the amp in the room itself, as well as some questions that I have, including one that I asked Harley Benton directly and did not receive a response from. Before I get into any of that though, I got to give credit where credit is due. I did not adjust anything on this setup before I did the sound demonstrations. This was really great out of the box. All I did was tune it down half a step to E flat because any S style instrument, that's just the sweet spot for me. I really enjoyed the tension and the tone, so credit there. Thought it played excellent out of the box. Sound wise, I was also pretty impressed. I definitely have preferred in the past the Tesla pickups compared to the Roswells that come in some of the other Harley Benton instruments, and this one was also no exception when it came to my preferences being there. I thought that having this push-pull there was kind of difficult to get to. See, I'm struggling with it right now. You really got to kind of hit the thing just right. Oh my God. If anybody from Harley Benton is watching this, I think this would really benefit from having the push-push switch. It's something that I didn't really appreciate until I had it, and switching back to the push-pull, yeah, I was struggling with it just a little bit. But outside of that, I thought the guitar really did perform exceptionally well. The bridge feels really good. It feels really loose. It's got this low tension to it, but it returns to tune really well. It almost reminds me of the dynamic vibrato that you might find on a Fender Mustang, and that's a big pro in my book. So in two of the most important areas, how the guitar plays and how the guitar sounds, the guitar did a really good job. Now I want to talk about some small issues with quality control, and one thing that it feels like they just forgot to do at the factory on this specific guitar. The first is, it does have the finish crack at the neck pocket. This is not that big of a deal, and it's not exclusive to this guitar. I've had Fenders come with that from the factory as well, but never seen it on a Harley Benton guitar before. Also, there's a few dings and kind of divots on the headstock itself. I'm kind of surprised that this wasn't sold as a B-stock model. All that's cosmetic though, and really not the end of the world. One thing that I did notice though when I was playing this guitar that wasn't exactly as advertised, they say that this has rolled fingerboard edges. On the treble side, absolutely, and I can feel it. It's absolutely smooth, it's nice. On the bass side, nothing. It's almost like they did the treble side and forgot to do the entire bass side of the instrument, because this is just straight up like a cliff. It's not curved or concaved at all for smoothness, and honestly, it's not that big of a deal for me, but it is kind of disappointing knowing that it was supposed to come with that feature and it didn't. And that leads me to the final thing we're going to talk about in today's video, a question that I asked Harley Benton that I did not receive a response from. This guitar is part of the Pro series of guitars. If you go to their website and you look at every other instrument in this line, they all say made in Indonesia on the back of the headstock, whereas with this one, we have our barcode and no country of origin. I actually asked Harley Benton on behalf of the viewers, because I know that there are some people that do take this into consideration. Where was this guitar made? And maybe it's just the fact that this has been such a big launch for them, they're overwhelmed by emails, but they didn't answer. And that's something that I feel is important. I feel like you should disclose where an instrument is made regardless of the price point. It's just the honest and the right thing to do, and it's something that you should wear with pride if you really do have pride in your products, and I know Harley Benton do. It's something really easy to add on, even if you just put it on the website, clear as day, made in China, made in Taiwan, made in the Philippines, made in Indonesia, wherever. It just kind of takes the question out of it, and it leaves me not wondering, was the fret edges not rolled on the bass side because it was made in a place that wasn't Indonesia? Or I don't know. Maybe it was just a bad luck of the draw and somebody just overlooked it that day. That being said, Harley Benton, if you do watch this again, it's something I would recommend making very clear on your website. But overall, outside of that, I enjoy this guitar. I think it's really solid, and talking about price, this is always where Harley Benton gets every other brand, because they don't have all of the other expenses like Fender, Gibson, PRS, as far as overhead go. It's Tolman's house brand, so they really can offer you all these fantastic specifications and this killer Babbitt's bridge at a very reasonable price. It's really hard to think of another guitar that you're going to get spec'd out to this level for the about $450 with shipping included if you're in the United States. And yeah, not a really hard thing to say that I would recommend this guitar, but perhaps the quality control wasn't as great as the ones that I've had in the past before on this specific one. But these things happen. It doesn't matter where guitars are built. Every once in a while mistakes are made. However, I am still happy with this guitar. If you found this helpful, useful, or entertaining, please let me know in the comments section down below. I know today's video was formatted a little bit differently than we typically do. As I said earlier in the video, I am kind of still settling in here. We're not all the way set up, but we hope to be in the near future. Thank you for watching today's video. It means a lot that you support the channel, and you could do so by leaving a like and considering subscribing. Let me know what your thoughts are on this guitar. If you purchased one of these and already got it, in the comments section down below, or if you plan to, let me know that as well. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take it easy, everybody.